Yeah, let me talk about something that's a life skill, really. I call this the 60-20-20 rule. And it's a great rule to work with in your world as well. And it's all about your business or your job that you do. If you're employed, if you're self-employed, if you're freelance. There's so many freelance people nowadays. The young generation coming through now will hop from one job to another. Many will be freelancers. And you've got to think about the job that you do. Now, if you're in financial services or mortgage advising or one of those careers, you've really got to work with the 60-20-20 rule. It's quite simple. It's quite simple. You have three calculations or percentages, and these dominate the amount of time in your working week that you devote to this particular task. Now, the first one is 60%, and that's to perform. In other words, whatever is your job, you've got to perform it. You've got to go and do the job. Yesterday, for example, I went into London and I ran a workshop for L&G on equity release. It was great fun. I had 12 or so brokers on it. We had a great time. That's me performing. Right now, I'm performing as well. So 60% of my time, I should perform. Now, the difference here is admin. Don't spend all your time on admin. Don't do a lot of paperwork. Outsource it if you can. I mean, I'm awful at graphics, so I use Fiverr.com, and I've got a guy in Indonesia who does all my graphics for me. He's great, you know. He does it better than I do, and I don't really have the time to do it. So make sure that you perform a lot of your time as well. Now, the next one, 20%, is progress. Yeah, progress. Now, what do we mean by progressing? We're here about developing yourself. Stephen Covey calls it sharpening the saw. You can call it what you like. But here you've got to progress yourself. You've got to improve yourself. You've got to develop. You've got to learn new things. Now, I've been learning about tanking of sellers because I'm doing one myself. I pick up books on a regular basis. I spend 20% of my working week progressing my knowledge, my skills, my expertise. And you have to do that if you're selling your brain. All mortgage advisors and professionals and insurance advisors, professional advisors, lawyers, you use your brain. Yes, there's a lot of technical stuff and there's a lot of software, but you use your brain. You've got to keep that developing. So that's a key one too. And the last one, 20%, is if you're running your own business, then you need to prospect. Prospect, prospect, prospect. Fill your funnel. You've got to spend time on getting new clients into your practice. You just got to do it. Now, that's marketing, I call it. It's a fancy word for prospecting. I spend 20% of my working life marketing. In a sense, this is marketing, although it's performing at the same time. I write a lot. I record a lot, videos. I make phone calls, I send out emails, I use LinkedIn a lot now. LinkedIn's really cool. I don't make cold calls anymore, that's a thing of the past. My business doesn't work that way. You know, I pick up calls, I return them, I talk to people about business, I get referrals. I spend 20% of my prospecting. If you stop prospecting because you suddenly get really busy, you're going to have a slump. And that happens with a lot of salespeople. A lot of salespeople don't like prospecting. Oh, I'm too good to prospect, they say. You're not. If you're running a business or if you're employed as a professional advisor, you've got to prospect. You've got to get that new business. You've got to fill the funnel. If you don't do it, you'll run out of business at some point in the future. So, you know, keep it going. I've been running a business now for 20 years next year, which is great. I'm going to celebrate then. If you keep to this rough target, 6% performing in the job, 20% progressing your brain, 20% prospecting for new business, you won't go far wrong. That's been useful. Bye.